And we are live. Hopefully, this is all working. Can't really tell because my computer shut off because I got a Mac Mini. An M1 Mac Mini. No. Anyways, thanks to my brothers. They're awesome. They bought me this for Christmas. And it took a little while to get because I know they added stuff. I don't know exactly what. We'll have to find out when we plug it in and get it running. But let's do just that. Let's dig right into it and unbox it and check it out. Oh, look, it's an apple. It's got a little pull tab so you don't even have to cut it. Guess what? That didn't work. Fail! Close, but the excuse me, the pull tab wasn't lined up with the area it needed to pull tab. And I know this isn't going to be great because I'm using my iPad. What's up, local host? And so yeah, there's a Mac Mini in there. See, it says Mac Mini. And it just popped right up. That was easy. That was easy. We don't care about my ugly ass. We care about the awesome Mac Mini. So let's get that over there. And let's unbox it some more. Because, you know, we need to have 8,000 layers of boxing these days for everything. Because otherwise it just wouldn't be cool. Poof. And there it is. Isn't that pretty? Oh, you know what? It looks exactly the same as this. Check it out. Here is a 2010 Mac Mini. The only difference is a little black dot. Doesn't have the, I think that's an IR sensor is what it actually is. And there's a little LED right here. You might not be able to see it, but it's down on the bottom now on this. Other than that, the case looks exactly the same. Let's go back to here. And all the crap here. And the power cord. Oh, look at their fancy little power cord. Isn't that fancy? It used to be white. My other one's white. What am I going to unplug? And that's all you get. Here's your unboxing. You get a cord and a computer. And a little thing there that says, there's nothing else in the box. Go online, hook it up. So there it is. That is the new Mac Mini. I'm probably going to still need the old one for now. I have a feeling a lot of my very old hardware will not work with the new M1. Is that black tape? Oh, there is. There's like a black tape over the back to protect the ports. It's still very cold. It was delivered. I was at the doctor's with my mother. When it was delivered, I've let it sit for a couple hours inside, but it was in the box. I'm not sure I should fire it up yet. Ooh, look at all the ports. Look at the very few ports, I should say. And that's one thing I'm not real happy about is the lack of ports. Because there's just the two HDMI 3s. Actually, I think there are two, weren't they? Your USB, your HDMI mini out, and then your Thunderbolt, and then Ethernet, which I just use the Wi-Fi, and then your power cord. And that's all that's on there, which the old ones at least had more. But other than that, it looks exactly the same. The old one I'm probably going to hang on to for now. Because like I said, a lot of stuff I have a feeling won't be compatible. I have a lot of very old drives and hardware, and Blah, blah, blah. So, there they say it. The old one. This is a drive case that I got years and years and years ago. Got an SD card. I'll be plugging that into it. But for now, let's see. And I didn't look to see what was what. Well, you know what? I can pull this light for now and plug this in. And then slide the monitor back. Pull the HDMI cable out of this one. Put it into this one. And then all I need is, which one's the mouse? Pretty sure it's this one. But it may not be. It might be this one. It's this one. And the keyboard, I've got a Bluetooth one for now. Which I didn't like Bluetooth, but to be honest, I'm kind of happy with this one. And let's see how this goes. Is there anything I should actually read in here? Oh, I'm out of cord. Let's see their little card here. Mac Mini. Plug it in, turn it on. That's it. Everything else is automatic with Apple's, which is a good bad thing. Oh, they have a cool silver sticker now instead of the white ones. Yippee. And it's much bigger. You used to get like 3 little ones and then 1 medium-sized one. Now it's just 1 big one. Yep. Big whoop. It's a sticker. I like me some stickers. But yeah, it's just welcome to your Mac. Plug it in. Turn it on. It'll update everything all on its own. Sign into it. And that is that. So, I know this TV is going to be a bear. So I need to turn it off first. Bang! No, that's exactly what you kind of don't want to do. You don't want to overheat it. The only reason I worry about the chill is condensation. I'm not worried about it actually being temperature-wise cold. It's just when you bring it into a, any kind of like. English is the main language. Press the return key. Okay then. Let's see what it says. That was quick. Did it connect to this keyboard? I might have to plug in a hard keyboard because this is not a Mac. This is an aftermarket keyboard, which I have. I have hardwired keyboards. So let's plug in a keyboard. I know I got one here somewhere. I'm not a big fan of Bluetooth keyboards. This Logitech one is actually very, very nice. I'm really surprised how nice. I like it better than the actual Apple keyboards, which is hard for me to say. English. All right. Might as well get this out of the way until I'm ready to set it up for this. And hit return. And the mouse is sort of working. And I have to go all the way down to the United States. Where is it? Did I scroll by it? Yes, I did. Scrolling too fast. United Kingdom, United States. You gotta remember it.
macOS contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver. If you know how to use VoiceOver, press Command F5 now to turn it on and set up your Mac. If you would like to learn how to use VoiceOver to set up your Mac, press the Escape key.
Really? Let's check it out. Why not?
VoiceOver Quick Start. VoiceOver speaks descriptions of items on the screen and can be used to control the computer using only your keyboard.
Nope. Continue. Preferred languages: English, input source, USB dictionary, English. Yep. Accessibility: I have none of these issues. Well, I have all of these issues, but not bad enough to need it. Let's see. Home is my Wi-Fi. Now I gotta remember what my Wi-Fi password is. Why is it looking already? I said this one. This password. And that should connect me to it if I remember correctly. Hopefully, unless there's an issue. Your network connection could not be configured. Okay, home. I know what I did wrong. That should connect now. Oh no, baby. What do you mean? That should definitely connect. I know that's the password. Let me double check. I actually have it written on it. Thought I had it written on it. It used to be written on it. I know that's what it is. I don't know what the 4T. Oh, those got to be the new neighbors over here. I know that's it. It's always been it. Never changed. So you're telling me now that the Wi-Fi is broken and the whole computer is pointless to me. If it can't connect to that Wi-Fi, I'm screwed. And we're done. Because I know that's the password. Aha. Made it. I do not want to transfer. This is one thing I have learned with both Macs and PCs. What's up, Paul? Just so you guys know, I can't see the chat because it's on my iPad because my computer is being newified. So everything is on this here iPad. I never transfer when I do an update like this, especially where I'm going to a brand new, completely new machine, because it will a lot of times transfer over incompatible stuff, if that makes sense. Not only that, you always like, at least for me, I don't want no Ethernet bridge. I've done that. There's actually one downstairs. I just don't. This thing's 10 feet away. Not even. It's the Wi-Fi router's right there. Anyway, when I do a new install, even when I update OSs, I will never transfer over unless it's just like a minor little like patch stuff, because I always like play and add stuff and take away stuff. And what's up, monkey? Nope, just started. So I never, you don't need to see that. Not that you can. I never transfer anything over or let it transfer anything over. It's not incorrect. Why is this thing having problems with this? I know all those passwords. Oh, crap. Allow 304700. This is the other thing I hate is all this double checking using blah blah blah. I'm just setting up a new computer. What does all that matter? You guys really can't see the screen, can you? And it's just gonna blur out because it over blurs it. Oh well. Oh, let's see. Keep hitting the wrong key because I'm used to the new keyboard and all the keys are different. Stop doing what I don't want. Thank you. You guys can't see what I'm typing, right? Probably can't see anything because it's just... Yeah, it's blurring out the screen, isn't it? Are PCs better than Mac? I prefer the Macs, but there's really no one better. It depends on what you're using it for, to be honest with you. Okay. I don't care about iCloud. Turn that right off. I hate cloud anything because my internet's not terrible, but it's not great, and it's not always there. And if you put anything on these freaking clouds, both Mac, PC, everything, and you make it so you can't access it if you don't have internet, then you can't access it. I hate cloud. It's just the stupidest concept I've ever heard. iCloud, bitch cloud, PC cloud, all the clouds. No cloud. I'm cloudless. Yeah. Clouds are all bad. No, clouds in the sky are good. Other than that, you're right. Clouds are bad. I'm just not a cloud person. I don't mind a local cloud, like a local network cloud. Those are convenient. Find my always you to locate. Find my always you to locate the Mac on a map. What? That sentence didn't even make sense. Find my always you. You know what? No, I don't want Siri on this. I do use it on my phone, but I don't even use it on the iPad. I have no use for Siri on my computer. I don't need to talk to it. Dark, light, auto. Let's go with dark just for... No, I don't like dark. I kind of like in between. Continue. And yeah, auto go back and forth. That I do know. And now it's setting up my Mac, and then the next thing it's got to do is update everything. Calendar, would you like to use your current calendar? Okay, that's something I do. You free your new accounts on internet accounts. Your keyboard cannot be identified and will not be usable until it is identified. Shift. This one. Shift. This one. Done. And there you go. That's pretty much it. She's set up. She started. And the first thing I do is get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Pages I actually use. Keynote I'll never use really. FaceTime I do use one. Actually, no, I don't use FaceTime on the computer. Every once in a while I will on the phone or something. Calendars I use. Contacts I use. Options. I hate that whole fan thing. I want it as a list. And options. Name, I want it as a folder. And the other thing I always want to do, and this is something I don't like about Macs, is show view options. I want to see my drive. Show items info. And let's see, edit. Where the hell is it? Finder preferences. I want to see my drives. I don't know if you guys probably can't see this, but you have to turn it on so you can see your drive, which is right here now, which you probably can't even see. But now I can actually see my hard drive up here in the corner, which you actually sort of can see up here. Can't really see my mouse moving around, I guess, but what's up, Chris Gulata and Ryan and whoever else came in. Like I said, I can't really see the chat because it's on the iPad over here, which is pointing at the thing. External drives, CDs, iPads, tags, blah, blah, blah. So the first thing I have to do is go up here about this Mac and software update. Because you always update it right away. And update now. Which will probably take forever. Downloading Big Sur update. Probably going to take 10 minutes or something. I can make this much smaller. And change desktop background. Well, they got some really weird backgrounds now. Oh, these are dynamic. These dynamic ones, this is the old original one. My mouse is still backwards. Remember, it's right-handed still. Look at that cartoony thing. These will change colors as it gets dark and light outside. It's like with the clock, which, to be honest, I don't give a crap about. It is a cool feature, but whatever. Why? I mean, it's nice. It's kind of cool, but again, why? Personally, I like the good old flat colors with a pattern in it, which they don't have anymore. How about the islands? Those look pretty cool, don't they? I think that's like, oh, I thought that was coral from the thing, but it's just like grass. Those are the old, the old ones from the stock thing. This one looks kind of neat. I kind of like that one. I will have to put a stock one back in there at some point. I actually don't mind these like cartoony ones. They're kind of cool. I think we're going to go with a cartoony one. Screensaver. Preview. Let's see what the screensaver looks like. Ooh, isn't that bizarre? Can you guys see that? You can sort of see it. You're getting window reflections. That's kind of neat. Desk. Let's preview that. Ooh, little funny light blobs. I don't need it to work ever. I never use the screensaver. Never, ever, ever. Don't need it. Let's go to the other settings. Actually, let's download the driver for my mouse. Actually, you know what? From what I understand, Big Sur, I don't need the driver for the mouse anymore. I think it's built in. Mouse. Can I make it left-handed? Primary mouse button. Right. Yes. Okay. Now I'm right-handed or left-handed. because the mouse button's right-handed. Scroll natural. Yep, scrolls the right way. Direction speed. Set up a Bluetooth mouse. Don't need to. Right now, I'll leave this keyboard on here. Let's see how it's doing on the update. Need to speed up the motion of the mouse. It's taking too long to get from one side of the screen to the other. What's up, Robbie Mac? Update now. This might take a little while. It says 98 seconds. This thing's moving a buttload faster. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and yet it's only half done. I just love that. Now it says 15 minutes. Crap. And that's the other thing I like to do, Mac or PC, doesn't matter which. I will update all my operating systems before I start putting in my plugins and stuff, like my mouse driver, because I'm using this here trackball. I'll probably download the driver for this if I need it. I might not need it. The new OS kind of sees it as a mouse in its own. But any drivers for like my tablets and hard drives and any external accessories, I fully update all my OS before installing any of that crap. That way it's an old stupid thing. It doesn't really matter so much anymore. Back in the old days when the hard drives used to get segmented and they were kind of slow, you wanted your OS here in the drive. Let's say this is your drive, the length of it. You wanted your OS here and then your accessories and then your applications and then your files. So when the drive was reading, it wasn't going like over here and then over here and then over here and then over here. So it's one of those things I learned from the old crap. It doesn't really matter now because both Mac and PC, I think Windows does too now. It auto defrags the drive, as best it can. We used to actually run defragmenters on the drives back in the day. And I don't think it's all that important anymore. And this will probably take a while. So what are you guys all up to? Anybody doing anything fun and exciting today? Fun and exciting. Exciting and fun. What's Robbie Mac building for a race car today? Are you labeling a vehicular? Seems like every time I talk to you, that's what you're doing. Let's put the fancy little box away, so if there is a problem with it, I don't have to play games, and they can keep their fancy little box. And they just really like making fancy wrappery stuff, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. But I always thought it was kind of a waste. I'd rather not have the fancy box if they took $100 off the thing. That make more sense. I could do without the fancy box. The fancy box is cool, but as of this moment, it is now unimportant. Because I'm done with it. And that was a lot of money to spend for 10 seconds of a fancy box. Get sad that it didn't take as long. Yeah, you used to have to do it multiple times because it would move it and then it would get organized. Well, once it's organized, it could remove everything. So even back when I used to defrag the Macs, you'd run it like 2 or 3 times. I mean, just running it once helped. I mean, back then it was amazing how much it would speed up to start up and run at the computer just by taking all the stuff, and that you didn't hear every time you tried to do something. Yeah, defragging was a good thing. Now, The next problem is I've already used my 2 USB ports. There's only 2 USB 2/3 ports. The rest of them are Thunderbolt, which I don't have Thunderbolt anything. I don't have anything that new. But I have a hub there, and this is a hub, which is basically what I used before. The only thing else I had plugged in direct was the mouse. The trackball. And what else? That's it. Everything else is either plugged into the hub or plugged into the hard drive, which this is a hub too, which is why I bought that. No CD drive in it. I bought it without the CD drive, but the SD card reader did work, which is the other reason I liked it. Because the SD card reader on the back of the Macs is always there. Although actually this one doesn't have one on it, does it? There's no SD card reader back there, is there? Nope. No more SD card reader. My brother's saying that it's a little bit thinner, but actually I think it is just like like a millimeter or 2 thinner than the old one. It's very close. It's kind of a darker silver, even though it's the same silver. It's not like the black one that they came out with a couple of years ago. That will be their Pro. I have a feeling they'll be coming out with it again. But anyway, yep, this is kind of boring. I wonder. Oh, I turned it off. I wonder if while it's doing that, if I can go in here and keyboard. Where's my Bluetooth? Actually, go back. Where's Bluetooth? Right here. Let's turn it on. It is on. Let's see if it sees this here keyboard. Show Bluetooth and menu. Oh, we're gonna sit here and hold this for a second to get it to go into fine mode. There we go. There we go. Now I can use the Bluetooth one. To connect the keyboard, enter the numbers in the keyboard. 7 9 9 0 8 4 return. And now we have a Bluetooth keyboard. Continue. Identify shift key. This one. Whoops, wrong one. That one. Then this one. Done. Now I'm using that keyboard so I can actually unplug this one and put it away because I don't need it anymore. Because the cool thing is about this Logitech is it'll actually hook up to 3 things. The first one is the old Mac. The last one is actually my iPad here. And the middle one I just hooked up to the new Mac. So I can run all 3 off of one keyboard, which is awesome. This thing's only $29. I love it. And I really kind of dislike Bluetooth keyboards because they always had lag. This thing has had no lag. It feels freaking gorgeous. I mean, it's just for a $29 keyboard. I like the feel of it better than the actual Mac ones. And I love my Mac keyboards. But they're $100, and I keep spilling coffee on them and blowing them up. And I actually prefer the feel of this thing. And they make a PC one that's black. And I wish they made a Mac one that was black because I really like the black, but whatever. And the only difference is the control option and command keys are just labeled different. They actually work exactly the same. They're just labeled different. So while that thing is updating, let's see what else we have in here. I can do the printer because that isn't going to matter. Let's hook up the Samsung. Let's see, the brother. The Samsung's downstairs. Use AirPrint. Sure. Oh, it'll let me fax out of it now too, which I knew they were talking about. I just got to plug it in. I just closed my preferences. What else did I need to change? Sound. Output. Go through the HDMI. Input. I don't have the mic plugged in yet. Sound effects. Bubble. Breeze. Oh, it won't let me turn it up because it's now hooked to the TV, and the TV controls its own volume. Heroin. Jump. Funky. Crystal. Where's the volume? Yeah, I got it pretty well. So sue me. They don't have Sosumi anymore. They have Sosami. Sonami. What happened to Sosumi? I want Sosumi. That just sounds so dead. That sounds like something out of the 80s. Okay then. Let's go with Crystal. Why not? They're all about the same. Desktop and screensaver. Already did all that. Just trolling. Haven't given him any crap this year yet. Yeah, it is a new year. You got to give me some crap. I'll give you some crap right back, so it won't be a big deal. Let's go into the general tab. Let's make it like purple or blue or the standard old graphite or green or orange. I like the purple. Sidebar icons, medium, large. It can be small. Allow wallpaper tint in Windows. If I turn that off, it actually runs faster. It's just never got. I mean, it looks cool and everything, but it's just yeah. We'll leave Safari as the default browser for now. Allow handoff between Mac and your iCloud devices. Sure, that actually works. I do use it once in a while. Mesh control, I wish would go away. Siri, I don't need. Notifications, holy crap. I don't need any of this. This, turn off. FaceTime, turn off. Your computer needs to restart. So it's time to restart. Home, mail, I want badges, reminders. I do want to have some screen time. I don't care about. Turn that off. Smart card pairing. For now, we'll turn that off. Wallet. I don't need you. I don't need Apple in my financing. Thank you very much. Don't want it. Don't need it. And let's restart our. Hopefully the update applies. I'll just spend all that time downloading it. Now it's going to spend all that time installing it. You watch. It's going to come up. See? I told you. With a little progress bar and install. So, what's everyone else doing while I'm sitting here waiting for this thing to install the new crap? I'll tell you what, it's going a lot faster than going did. Last time I installed the operating system in this, because I wiped it when I put Catalina in it. I wiped it and started from scratch, like I always do. Probably 4 hours total getting it all. The operating system installed, all my drivers and everything all set. Getting it back to my normal usable computer, which is probably actually slower than the last time I did it to a PC. And I think the last PC that I actually owned of my own was trying to think if I had anything. I had a bunch in the 3.1 era, I had a bunch in the 95 era. I had a bunch in the 2000 era. I had one with me on it. God, I hated Windows Me. That was the worst. 95 was actually not terrible. It wasn't the most stable OS in the world, but it worked. What was the last Windows unit I had? That was actually mine, not work. I'm trying to think. I've never had a Windows 7 or a Windows 10 unit. I think Windows XP was the last one I had. When it first came out, I got a Windows unit. It was just a cheapo, like, I didn't get it from Walmart, but it was kind of like one of those cheap $500 Acer with everything. The monitor. I think I got it at Best Buy actually, that is when I got it. When Best Buy first opened here in Waterford, 20 years ago? Whenever it was. I think that's when I got that. I'm not positive. I'm trying to think of what it was. Yeah, it was an Acer. Pretty sure. It might still be in the attic. I might have to go look. Anybody want to join in and keep people company? Come on. Let me paste. I say paste. Oh, there it was, and I let it go by. Chat. Somebody wants to jump in, so they're not just paying attention to me and my dumb ass. I wonder if I can close that window and get less glare. Is that any better? Not that you guys are even paying attention. Most of you probably aren't. Probably stopped and said, "What the hell is he doing?" And they said, "Oh, he's installing a freaking Mac." I'm out of here. Now there's just the one light right in the corner. Oh well, I gotta make an actual curtain someday for that window. Crap. Someday. I can't find any I like that are like $8 million. $8 million. $1 million. Look at that. Is it all done? That's way too fast if it is. Look at that baby start up. I never even looked to see how big of a hard drive they put in it. I knew that was too quick. I asked to install something or deal with something or load something new or never starts up the first time around as fast as it does every time after that. Because it's always going to load all the crap for the first time. And that's the same with Windows. It's not a Mac thing. It's any computer. Maybe not a Linux. It wasn't bad though. And yet it's not done. I knew it. There it goes again. I knew it. Ordered the first round of parts from my Hypercube Evo build. Cool. I actually like the Evo. I know there's a lot of people that are like it's outdated and stuff. It's really not. I think the Hypercube Evo is if you're gonna do a Core XY, that's probably your best choice. I would probably buy a framed one already, though. Like the Elf. I don't know if you guys have seen that. The Creativity, I guess it is. Elf. I would probably buy that because looking at it, you get the frame and the motors and the board and all the belts. And I mean, you basically get a working printer that you could build and reuse. Or you could, print out your parts and turn it into a Hypercube or something. And your parts list are going to be cheaper and you're still going to get good parts. A Rail Cube Evo. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I'm not big on the rails more because it's the amount of pain in the ass they are for the amount you gain. They're not really worth it in my mind. It's too dusty and dirty here. Because rails, everyone bitches about dirt on the wheels. Rails are way more sensitive to dirt and dust and crap than wheels are. Way, 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 way more sensitive. Those things get even the littlest crap in there, it's all over and done with. The thing won't move, and they grind. They make funny noises. So what'd you do? Buy all the frame and stuff, right? You getting the that's the other option is kind of way back when they first started doing it, I looked at the Xyltech frame where you could just buy, they had a nice segment where you could buy the frame or the frame with motors or the frame with motors and a board or frame with motors, board, and, motion system, or they had a nice like breakdown of it. I didn't like all their parts, but it was cool because you could buy what you wanted and not what you didn't or already had some of, or I like that idea of breakout building where you can just buy what you need and not what you don't, and get a discount by buying it in volume. And you guys want to see something antique? Look at the back of this puppy. Those be Firewire and that EIT or ETI or whatever it is, basically a SATA, mini SATA connection. That's an old drive case. It's a nice case though. I thought it's an old LaCie. Doug Zolan wanted it, but I can't afford to ship it. The thing weighs, it's heavy. It's solid aluminum. It's probably 2 pounds, and there's no drive in it. It's just a case. I thought he wanted it, but he hasn't gotten back to me about shipping, and I can't afford to pay it, or else I just ship it to him and give him. He wanted to do something with it. Yeah, he was going to tear it apart and modify it, I think. Just use the shell of it. Yeah, but it's still a good, I'm actually kind of, who's doing one today? The Creality CR6 or Ender 6, or I never know which one it is, but they actually have the true Core XY one now. And I've watched a couple builds now, and it actually doesn't look too shabby. It's not cheap, but it's not ridiculously expensive either. It's got a couple things that I'm not happy with. I just wouldn't do a cantilever bed. It makes no sense to me. I know they work. I mean, the mini works as a cantilever hot end. I just don't like the floating cantilever. It's like, why not just put a motor on the other side? You don't even need the motor. That's what I don't get. You could put one motor, put a belt over to another lead screw with just a pulley on the bottom of it and tie them together. Basically what I have. And then you have dual lift. You still only need the one motor. One motor is more than enough strength to carry the bed. But having the whole bed only supported on one side with the whole thing cantilevered out and then on springs and big long arms, and it's just, why? You could actually save money, I think, by putting another lead screw with a couple of bearings and a belt between the two and be done with it. And get better support. It's just my opinion. I'm sure there's someone that can come along and say it's saving them money or it's doing something else, or that ain't going to work anyways because it's not powered up. I wonder if I can just plug that in. Plug it in. Let it finish. So I'm probably going to get rid of this drive, which you can't see. There's a drive down here underneath. And this is my actual backup drive for this computer, which I can't use anymore with this one because I never reformatted this as the new. I've had this forever. The new, whatever it is, HFS plus formatting for the drives, which this Mac will still see and run and let you do. This one will not. It'll see it. It'll let you read it. It won't write to it. without reformatting it. Or I shouldn't say that. It'll read and write to it. It'll do everything. It won't allow me to use it as a backup through Apple's own homegrown backup system, whatever. So it's probably going to go along with that one. I'll probably actually just pull the drive out of it, plug this into it. I have another drive coming. I can actually almost, although that one's full. There's not that much on it. There's only like 100. The 3 terabyte, I think I have 1 terabyte of backups on it. That's a 3 terabyte and it's basically full, but that's just a drag and drop backup. Like when I do stuff, I don't leave them on my hard drive of the computer. I always drag them onto an external drive when I'm done, or even half done. Like when I start doing a video or doing something in Fusion for a long time and I save a bunch of the STLs and files, I'll drag them and just drop them onto that. I'll put a folder on it. So there's like 8 million folders on that over the years. Both of these. Well, this is just backup on this one. And just drag and drop it on there and throw it in the trash off the main computer. This computer, even though I've had it for a while now, my operating system, with everything, my operating system, all the files, everything, it was only like 105 gigabyte on it, and it's a 1 terabyte drive because I don't leave anything on it. And I was the same way with PCs too. Yeah, it's a tiny bed. I mean, it works. It's just, but why? Those arms and all the bracing and everything that they're putting on it seems to be, I don't know, maybe it just seems like it's more expensive to cantilever the bed with all the arms and all the structure and putting, bigger, beefier, wheels and motion structure when you could just put another lead screw on the other side and maybe like one piece of 2020. Because like that's the one thing I do like about the new Creality is it is cantilevered, but if you look at it, I'm not positive, but it looks like it's 2 40-40 extrusions with their, wheeled carriage wrapped onto it. Which, I mean, you look at it, it's pretty darn beefy, which is surprising for Creality. Usually they're kind of cheap and flimsy. So maybe they are getting to be a little better quality. Can't believe you still got a Flash 4 Dreamer. I kind of wish I had one. They're still a pretty nice printer. They work well. 3 more minutes, it says. 2 more minutes. Why do those things always lie? It always gets down to like 30 seconds, and then it takes another 10 minutes. And again, that's not a Mac only. Windows does the same damn thing. They both do it. It's like you're lying to me. I want to clock them and start going, yeah, you're wrong on your 2 minutes, loser. I want to sue you. You wasted my time. You told me it was 2 minutes. I'm going to sue you over the 2 minutes. You shouldn't be allowed to tell you it's only going to be 2 minutes when it's going to be 25. Yep. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Then I got to install, what else? Oh, I'm going to see if I can install this tablet drive on it. Which this is my antique Wacom. I may install the drive for this onto it, because the one reason I always used it, other than using the Mac OS standard mouse driver, is it's programmable for apps. Like Fusion and all of those, I could reset the keys and key combinations. I really liked it for Fusion because I could do stuff with the wheel instead of just scrolling in and out. I'd actually have the scroll wheel pan for me, which I actually liked better. And or not pan. The scroll wheel zoomed in and out, but I used middle mouse, which is both buttons on this, It's only got 2 buttons. I could do panning. And then single mouse would spin it around. And left mouse, which is right mouse to normal people, would be your, or the other way around. I don't know. I programmed it for Fusion to make it so I could use it like a, I don't know if you guys ever seen the Space Mice. You can actually program this to work as a Space Mouse kind of thing in Fusion and other apps with their software. Nope, Macs are awesome. Easier. As I've always said, there's 2 types of people. The people who want to work on their computer and those who want to work with their computer. And when I'm on a PC, you end up working on the computer. When you're on a Mac, you work with the computer. You don't need to do this all the time with a Mac. When on a PC, you have to do it all the time. Did it take that? Did it connect already? Isn't that pretty? Is it? I guess I can lift it a little. Nah, not that important. Pages. So let's go in here and do like I always do. Bring my application folders down here and drop it on there. And then right click on it and tell it I want it as a list and I want it as a folder, not the stupid stacks. I hate that crap. And then my documents. And again, I want it as a folder, not a stack. And then I always want it as a list. And then my downloads, which is already there. And view as list. I much prefer that. Public, I don't care about the Dropbox. Pictures, I'm not worried about. Music, I'm not worried about. The movies, I do bring on down here, and I put over here because of all the stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the App Store and download some apps. Because I already own what's actually on here already. I should probably look and see what's on it already. And what I can get rid of and what I want to keep. I wish it would let me get rid of all this crap I don't want. So, like photo booth. I'm never going to use that. Can I delete it? No. I don't want it. Why do I have to keep that on there? News. I will never use news, ever. I don't use mission control, ever. I never use Keynote Note, ever. GarageBand. I used to play with that. Chess. I don't care about chess. The calculator I do want down in here. Because I do use that. And I do use the dictionary. Which Apple's dictionary, I gotta say, is pretty piss poor. That's one thing I will say. Windows dictionary is way better than Apple's dictionary. And as, you know, Ryan specifically can tell you, I am the worst at the English language. In spelling, in typing, in pretty much anything to do with communication. Voice memos. I have no use for voice memos. None of it. And it won't even let you put them. Actually, it might with a new one. Let's see. New folder. Junk. Apple. Junk. Well, let me do it. Automator, calculator, calendar, chess. Apple junk. Yeah, it did. What do you know? Home, GarageBand, font book, FaceTime. I will never use FaceTime. Yeah, see, it wouldn't let me. Oh, it put them in both. Oh, I just want to move it. Can I delete it? Just don't. It's not even that it's a big deal. It's like when I am looking in here for one of my apps that I actually use every day, why have all this other clutter I don't need? I will say, again, on Windows Defense, you can delete all that crap, most of it on Windows. They don't make you have it. which is really annoying. Launchpad. I don't care about Launchpad. Well, let me just move it into there. No, just copied it over, didn't it? Yep. So that's pointless. They have definitely made this very iPad-ish looking. Which isn't, I mean, Mac OS has pretty much gotten to that point already anyways. So, I need to sign in. And that way I can download all the apps I already have. Updated for Big Sur. Now, the one thing I did do is I looked and like a lot of apps have already upgraded to the M1, which I'm really surprised. No updates. Categories. Where's the my stuff? I need to download the Brother Print and Scan. I need to download BB Edit. I don't care about Logitech. Pages I already put in there. Gemini I don't care about. None of these numbers I care about. I do want Final Cut Pro. Since I own it, I might as well use it. But that's like the last thing I'm going to download. Fusion. I need to install separately because it's no longer done through the App Store. Affinity Photo, which if you don't know what Affinity Photo is, it's like the cheapo version of Photoshop. All updated for the M1 chip. Photoshop, not updated to the M1 chip. Now, most people who use Photoshop professionally use it on Macs. The Mac's a little bit better for that stuff. And Adobe hasn't updated anything for the M1 chip, and they had more than enough time. Not one Adobe product is updated for the M1 chip. And yet Affinity is all updated. Don't need to open that yet. Is that it? I got Pages already. I do use Pages now and again. Not too often, but now and again. Numbers I don't care about. Menu bar stats. You know what? I will download it if there's an update. I don't think that's new enough. And this should be 3 weeks ago. Yep. All updated for the M1 Mac. That will probably take a little while. Let's see. Music. What else can I get rid of here? Don't care about your damn launch pad. Emails. You can set up my email once this is all said and done. Let's go and get Wacom drivers. See if it'll let me. Driver download. Now I gotta remember what the hell this thing is. Yeah. You do stuff that I don't want you to do. This is of course, it says nowhere on it without opening it up. If I remember correctly. How the hell, where's the open me up port? And I'm going to have to actually plug it in, which means I'm going to have to plug that whole network of stuff in, which is this one right here, I believe. Oh, knock something over. Yep, that's the one, and it's not going to reach. What the hell is it called? Oh, that's right. I got a tie wrap there, tying them all together to keep them neat. I just pulled it out of that. Come on, baby. I need you to go a little bit farther. That ain't far enough. Well, let's do this. I think I can slide it over enough. Nope, won't reach. Trials and tribulations. Well, for now, I can put it in direct because I don't need the keyboard one. I want to get rid of all of this stuff. It's just obnoxious having it all there. The maps and the news and the notes and the stuff I never use. Podcast. All that crap I never use. QuickTime Player I do use. Open in Finder. I actually bring that down. Where did it go? LPQ. Right here. And put it in the menu bar. Because that I want in the menu bar. And then my Final Cut Pro, when it finally finishes, I want in the menu bar. Why does it have two? Oh, because making it work. Why did it do that? No. Didn't want you to drop onto anything. What the hell happened? Final Cut Pro. I just want you in the menu bar. Thank you. Let's fire it up and see how slow it is. It's supposed to be wicked fast. About this Mac. We have 16 gigs of memory. I don't think they did the hard drive. Oh, they did do the hard drive bigger. Oh, thanks, bros. That was another couple $100. They gave me the 500 gigabyte hard drive because this thing normally comes with a 256, which is sweet. So they spent some money because Apple whacks you big time for drives and crap. Okay, that works. Quit. Affinity Designer. Now, this always took a while to start up, and it probably will the first time. Yeah, Windows 10 isn't bad. That was okay. Quit. Any photo app store. Is this even going to work? I'm not going to install that now. I do want to try the Wacom tablet. Let's see if I can do it. Here, where's my Safari window? I was there and then I closed the window, didn't I? Yeah, no, I don't want your damn cookies. Sport. Yeah, I know you want me to read your cookies, but I don't want your damn cookies. I don't care about your cookies. And you're going to ask about your cookies again. Stop with the damn cookies. I have no idea what the hell this thing is. You know what I can do? I can look up this Mac. Storage support services system report. This should tell me. Where's my USB? Right here. What is plugged in? Intuit's PMT. So it's definitely seeing it. But it's not giving me a model number. So I have no idea. What model it actually is. Now, cracking open this here back door, which never cracks open on these things all too well and easy. And of course, I can't even read that because it's all like in gray on black. Why do they gotta make things difficult? It is a this is pen tablet model CTH. Guess that's 690. I mean, here I am using my glasses and a magnifying glass, and I still can't read it. And it's not that it's too small; it's that it's freaking gray on black. Why would they do that? That is just freaking stupid. CTH. I guess that's 690. I don't know how they expect anyone to read that. Yeah, CTH 690. Let's see if we can read that. CTH 690. Mac OS drivers. So it's a fairly new release. So it may actually be for it. Well, it doesn't say. It will work on the M1. But we're going to find out. It'll let me know if it can't. And I will probably have to restart after. System extension blocked. A program tried to load new system extensions signed by that need to be updated by a developer. Of course. So the Wacom tablet's not going to work, I don't think. Which I had a feeling. It was an old one. Bing! But we shall see. Starts up pretty fast. That's the other thing I gotta do. Make it so it just auto signs in. I don't need to go through that every time. And unlock. Notifications, options, sounds. Wacom doesn't need to have any frickin' notifications on here. General. Where is my startup without having to sign in every time? Users and groups. Login options. Unlock. Automatic login. Yes. Have you entered my password enough times now? Security is only secure if it's actually secure, but when you have to over-secure it, sidecar, I forgot about that. This should allow me to use this here iPad as a Wacom tablet kind of thing, supposedly, which is cool. I like the new sound icon. It's pretty cool. All right. So it seems to be working. Here's the Wacom tablet. I said it didn't work, but there it is. It's all there. Let's see if it's working. Seems to be. It's moving the mouse around. It's letting me close windows and move them around. So it is working. Touch settings. I don't want any touch settings. Wacom Decimal Center wants access. I don't want any touch settings. All I want is the pen. Right click, scroll, click. Yep. For now, that'll work. So that seems to be working. Even though it said it didn't. Mini bar stats work? Like, do you use Bluetooth? Sure. I don't care. Only using 5% of my CPU. Well, there's 92% of my disk left. The computer is sitting at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which that's way too cold. That can't be right. It doesn't need to give me any alerts or sounds or anything. Well, so far everything's working. Let's try and see if the Kensington software will work for the trackball. Let you override the mice settings. What the hell is the picture crap? Might as well sign into my Google stuff. Open the YouTube app on. It's already open. And that's what I'm using. I'm already signed in. I'm already signed in on the iPad. It's streaming right now. But there's no yes. Okay, am I back? I had to get rid of the StreamYards because it's going through Safari to get into YouTube to allow me to sign into YouTube. Oh, Jesus Christ. Kensington.com. No, I don't want images. I want all. Spark Kensington works because Trackball Works doesn't work anymore. That's what I got right there. Supposedly, it's supposed to do that. Where's the actual downloading? Oh, it's down here on the bottom. Here it is. For Mac. 11. Big Sur. Should work. Wow. Let's find out if I can program my mouse. Trackball. It's actually not a mouse, which is really just a mouse. The mouse is just a trackball. Come on, you arm. That's too damn stiff. Open security preferences. Unlock it. It's going to make me restart. Privacy. I have to tell it I want it to allow. Where is it? Files and folders. Full disk access. Input monitoring. Kensington. Button reopen. Sure. I have to restart the computer anyways. Move to trash. Ding. Classic Apple. Ba-ding. So, this is all working. It seems everything that I didn't think would work, because those were the two, the mouse and the Wacom tablet, were the biggest two I was worried about not working. And the control panel is obviously working, but I don't want that to open. I gotta remember how to make that not open. Grant Kensington Works access to your Mac after the allow button has been clicked. Next. Okay. This is a Mac stupid safety thing, and I'm sorry. Hey, I know that's the thing. Privacy. Input monitoring, that's there. Full disk access. General. There's no place to allow. Oh, right here. Allow. There it is. Next. Allow. Save changes. Yeah, I like how they're actually walking you through it now, because it was a pain in the ass. Quit. Now everything should work. But this, I need to tell not to start up every time. Auto start. No, not auto start. I do not want you to auto start. Quit. Never again. Shut down. Reopen Windows. No. Cancel. Restart. Reopen Windows. Okay, you don't have to do it for each window now. This thing can go away. This thing can go away. This thing can go away. If I right click on this, dock preferences. I want to bottom genie effect. I don't care which effect it is. Double click title bar to zoom. Animate opening application. Show indicators for open applications. So recents in dock. I don't care about any of that. Automatically and hide and show the menu bar. Bluetooth. Anything new here? No clock in the menu bar. I do want my clock in the menu bar. Everything is there. Date, time. It's all the same. There is something missing over here. There used to be a little thingy over here. Oh, it's still there. It's just there's no icon for it. You get all this junk, which this thing I don't want. Remove widget. I don't care about that. Remove widget. More uses. Edit widgets. World clock, MS battery, Bluetooth, MBS Bluetooth, MBS CPU stats. And I want disk. Menu bar disk. Menu bar memory. Network temperature. Why not? I might have to download the helper yet. Notes, photos. What's up next? Anything else here I want? Forecast. And that's that. Now if I go over here, all that crap pops up. Okay. Spotlight I can do without. Let's go back to the desktop. Anything else I need here? I don't think so. I think we're all set. I think I can actually plug my freaking external hard drives in and be done with it. We're good to go. Maybe I can abort the stream and reapply through the new Mac. I might just do that. What's up, Sergio? Locals out. I am going to bail on this. Do I have to bail on this? No, I don't. I need to just shut this down and move everything around. Shut it down. Unplug this completely. Oh, come on. Oh, crap. So here's the old one. Here's the new one, which I think I can use the same damn plug. Yep. So I don't need a power cord. Plug that right in there. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. And then I can put this in, take that out, put this in. And the only thing that bails on me are these drives. Which, let's see. Let me see. If I take that, and I plug that into that, and out of this, I plug this, and that should hub me all up. This gets plugged back into here where it was originally. Fire this thing back up. Oh, the power cord I guess didn't plug all the way in. They didn't change it, did they? Oh, I just made it nice and stiff. And there we go. I should be all set. What's up, Danny? Old Mac, new Mac. Is there actually a height difference? Nope. Well, that was fast. Okay, why is the keyboard all of a sudden needing to be redone? Okay. Maybe because I powered it down completely. But, I'm going to need something besides Safari to stream with. Because Apple's Safari browser you cannot stream on. Because it's a proprietary thing. The backup drive, all the drives are being seen. Looks like everything's going to work that I thought wasn't going to work. I can either use Brave or Chrome. Let's try Chrome. I don't really like Chrome. It's a power source. Frickin' monstrosity chug-a-lugger. Back with Apple chip. These don't need to be so big. Let's go over here and hit view. Show view options. The icon size can be right around 44. Sort by name. And that should be downloaded. Excuse me. And that means the phone should be reconnected to it. I don't know how much of this you guys can actually see, but Safari anymore. Go to Chrome. Didn't install it. Where's Chrome? Contacts. Didn't install it. Oh, you know what? I have the wrong apps folder. I guarantee you. Because I have this apps folder, not user apps folder. Desktop, pictures, documents. Okay, there's only one apps folder now. There used to be an apps for each individual. Did Chrome not install? Okay, let's try that again. Oh, I'm looking for Chrome and it's Google Chrome. My stupidity. Keep forgetting that. It used to just be named Chrome and now it's Google Chrome. So why won't that open with just a double click? That's new. Open. Apps. Bring this back down here where I want it. Tell it I want it to be a list. Tell it I want it to be a folder, not some kind of stack weirdo thing. And go to Google Chrome right here. Google Chrome is an app downloaded by the internet. Are you sure you want to open it? Yes. No, but yes. Notifications alert. Don't. Notifications alert. Nope. Already a Chrome user. Yes. 3D printing. Anime. Oops. I hit the caps lock. What the hell happened? You guys can't see my keyboard, so. Oh, you when you're opening the damn app. I don't care. Try another way. Yeah, just send it to me by text. See, this is the crap that bothers me. This whole Google Chrome doesn't need to verify me. Is your Google verification code? Holy crap! 296514. I hope that it's a one-time use code because yes, turn on sync. No, don't care. Skip. StreamYards. StreamYards. Log in. And they're going to send me a stupid code. Everybody and their stupid fucking codes. That shit really irritates the crap out of me. I really, really hate all that. And I'm going to have to do it on this. So I'm going to have to say goodbye for 743145. And we're there. Remove. Now I removed it. Why is it still doing it? Now we're good. Can you guys hear me? Cam mic. What is it using for an audio? Default PBS speakers default HDMI camera. It's using the right camera. So everything should be good, right? I'm like back to what I was before I even got a new computer. Other than, oh my God, I can see it's much clearer on my end. It's probably not going out because, you know, it ain't. But, yeah. Sweet. Anybody want to hop in here? So we are fully M1 Mac. That wasn't so bad considering it didn't even take me an hour. How long have I been going? Hour and a half. That is actually not bad. Not bad at all. Are you at work then, or are you at home? Sergio, actual people, I can see what's going on. It's pretty cool. I'm going to go to YouTube. It's probably going to be a minute. Actually, I'm going to shut off my mic for a second here so it doesn't feedback when I go to YouTube and I sign in and I sign into this so I can get that chat. We're back. And now I have everything golden. Yeah, I turned the mic off because I was opening YouTube for the first time, so I had to turn the audio off and blah, blah, blah. So it didn't backfeed through. So I turned my mic off because I opened YouTube to get the YouTube chat, so I wasn't relying on StreamYard's chat because, as we all know, StreamYard's chat is like 5 hours behind. Come on, Sergio, hop in here. For one, I want to see your new printer you're building. That freaking thing looks awesome. Have you gotten past the frame? If I know you have. And then we can actually chit chat and hang out. And where's my menu bar stats? What was this thing? Oh, menu bar stats. Wow, way less CPU usage. Okay, I gotta share the screen. Okay, share screen. Open system preferences is gonna want to freaking yes. There's being secure and then there's being overly secure. Google Chrome will not be able to record the content. I don't need it to record it. Oh, it allows me to share it. Share. Now, up here, which you really can't see, but right here, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it's saying 15 or 16% of the CPU usage. When I used to open Google Chrome on this Mac, it would be like 90% usage just in it. Holy crap, that's so much better. I'm only using 9% of my CPU. The system's only using 6%. There's 85% idle. We got some oomph behind it now. I can't believe Google Chrome's only using that much. Google Chrome is normally a freaking resource hog. Fans, download helper. Why not? Let's see. Mini bar stats, plugin manager, blah, 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 blah. So download plug load manager. Allow. This is probably going to make me restart. Open. Mini bar stats, activate and launch at login. About general. Yeah, I'm going to have to restart to do that, which isn't going to happen right now. Because I just got it up and running again, and I just want to have it running. That really wasn't bad. I actually expected this all to take longer. And it seems everything's going to work. I'm trying to think of what other apps I use that I used on it. This thing must have cost them a pretty penny because they added, pretty sure, the stock unit. I know the stock unit's 8 gig RAM, and they upgraded to 16, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you really don't need it with the M1. I was reading all about it, blah, blah, blah. I don't know the specifics. I'm not that super geeky, but basically the M1 Mac with 16 gig is equal to like a little more than a 32 on a PC, a little less than if you had 64 gigs of RAM. It's more equivalent wise because it's using less, which it is, and it can zip it to the hard drive. It actually can use the SSD as RAM, and it's not slow like it used to be because it's an SSD, and also the SSD is part of the chipset. It's not part of the chip, it's part of the chipset, which someone more super geeky than me can probably be more specific on that. But basically, it doesn't need as much RAM because it can use open space on the hard drive as RAM, which both Macs and PCs do, always have. But when it usually does that, it gets really, really slow because it's reading and writing to the hard drive. Where this, it's not going to get slow because the hard drive's an SSD and it's basically soldered right to the frickin' mother chip, and they read and write almost as fast as RAM. It's not quite as fast, but it's not going to an old drive. So it's a boatload faster. So basically getting 16 gig of RAM is more than enough for 90% of the average everyday user. There are higher end pieces. Excuse me, I'm getting the hiccups. There are higher end. It's not as fast, but as regular RAM, but it's darn close. And this is a starter computer too. Cool. It's all working. And it's streaming. And it's using so little CPU power. I might be able to I got to get Fusion. That's what I got to do. Fusion 360. I got to fight through the whole thing to be able to download it and remember how to go about it and all that crap. I think. Personal hobby use. You guys want a good laugh? What's up, Mr. Sergio?
What's up?
I'm gonna have to get access to learn more about descriptions here. I don't care. I just want to download it.
Want to see my progress?
Yeah. Actually, let's do that. The
It's
software crap's already irritating me.
not a whole lot. I haven't had much of a chance to work on it, but
Dude, it's really purple.
and wait a minute. Yeah, I put what camera? Oh, the
The
camera.
one right in front of you.
Wait a
The
minute.
camera.
Let me go back to the other camera. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
So see what I'm putting together?
That looks like an SKR board, but what's
Yeah,
in there?
but it's got-
that's the Pi.
It's got the Pi in it, and it's got the DC to DC converter. So this one is built. You build everything all in one, so I don't have to have all wires dangling and everything else.
Oh, I got you. That's to power the actual Pi.
Right, and it's got dual fans for cooling.
Cool. Sweetness.
Lower, and the steppers line up right there, so it blows right on them.
Yeah,
It's
that's
kind of cool.
Well, people don't realize the steppers get hot. Don't get me wrong, but the other thing that gets wicked hot on printers is the actual like CPU board. You know, the actual computer chip, main chip.
Yeah, well, it's blowing. It's
Yeah.
about I'd say about 3/4 of an inch away from the steppers, so it actually blows on the whole board,
Yeah.
which is pretty neat. And I'll get to work back on this tonight. Hopefully,
Sweet.
days have been. It's cold, and when it's cold, I start getting a lot of calls.
Yeah, because everyone fires up their extra furnace or something happens, and
Or if it's not working, that's when they find out.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
we could say it's been cold here for a while. Today it's actually warm.
No, it's cold here. It was supposed to be up to 45 today, but for some reason it never got there.
It is 45 here.
Well,
It's weird.
and
You're colder than I am.
we just replaced a unit today, and I should have taken some video on it, and I didn't. Had the crane and everything out there, and
Would you replace like a whole big AC /
rooftop. Yeah, for a market.
Wow.
Yeah. So we replaced that, and we actually got the whole job done in less than 2 hours.
That's pretty sweet.
Yep. When the crane arrived, he arrived late. The crane was supposed to be there at 8:30. He didn't get there till a little after 9. We were out of there just before 11 o'clock.
That's sweet.
Yep.
Although, how many lines do you only got like 3 lines or 4 lines you got to hook up, and then your power, right? Although you got to bleed them all.
Yeah, three lines. So the gas, because this is a gas unit.
Right. I wasn't.
The power and the controls.
Yep. Oh, you don't have any like Freon lines or anything that you got to hook up?
No, because it's a rooftop. It's all in one package. It's a package unit.
Oh, got you.
One big square piece of
So
machine.
the only thing you do then is you drop it onto the frickin'
Yeah, you take the old one off.
yeah,
You-
and all the ducts and everything line right up, and you don't have to rehose any ducts or anything.
Exactly.
Sweet.
Everything just lines up. Yep.
And then you make a boatload of money, and you only were there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
It'd be a cheap job.
Yeah, but I still own that unit for the next 2 years because I got to warranty it, right? So,
Yeah, but still,
yeah. Any calls?
you're only warranting the install. Like if anything actually goes wrong with the unit, you hose back to the manufacturer.
No,
right?
yeah. Well, yeah, but still, I have to go and fix it. And,
Right.
and
You
for
need
the
the
first
labor to
2
fix it.
Yeah, for the first 2 years, I can't
Yeah.
charge the customer,
Right. But
no matter what.
if there's an actual manufacturing issue with the unit, you can back charge labor to the manufacturer, correct? Or do you eat it
Yeah,
where
well,
you
they supply any parts for 5 years. So anything that's bad or needs to be replaced, they actually give you all that stuff. But you still got to wait for it. You got to order it. You got to go through the hoops.
No, I know, but you can charge them labor to install a defect.
If it's within the first 30 days, you can actually charge them Yeah. If it's not within the first 30 days, no.
How can you not charge them if it's their fault?
Unless it's a serious defect.
Yeah.
Well,
like a recall or something. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. If it's something like that, then the first year. But otherwise,
because that kind of equipment, I gotta say, they're like better than televisions. Usually, if something's gonna fail in one of those things, and I mean truly fail, not just like wear out and be your normal, air filters and that kind of crap. And
if it were for a residence, it's 10 years. But because it's commercial, it's 5 years.
Oh, it's a commercial building.
Yeah, it's a store. It's it's like a grocery store. Yeah. It's a restaurant. It's a grocery and restaurant together.
Yeah,
so
I know.
You have a restaurant on one side and a grocery on the other.
Yep.
And this is
kind of thing all over here.
This is the second unit I've replaced in 3 years. Yeah, the second one within 3 years.
For the same company or?
For the same, yeah. Well, they've got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, different store, just same store, different buildings.
Right. Yeah, well, they have four systems. No, they have 4 systems between the 2 places are together. Yeah. And there are 2 on one side and 1 on the other. And then they have all this refrigeration equipment, which I don't take care of refrigeration. That's the one thing I don't do. I used to do it years ago. I don't mess with it anymore, especially on the commercial side. It's way too dirty. And if they call you at 2:00 in the morning because their freezer went out and they got $5,000 worth of meat in there, you got to go.
Yeah, you kind of have to do that for heat though too.
Well, for the heat, yeah, for the market or anything, but that's usually during the day. But at night, I mean, if the freezer box went out and they have no cooling in there, and there's danger of meat getting spoiled or whatever, man, you got to roll. And I stopped that because I don't like getting up at midnight or 1:00 in the morning to have to go and fix a freaking refrigerator. Not only that, it's really dirty. It's a really dirty job because, especially in restaurants, their stuff is very greasy and
because you always have the smoke and the grease.
Oh man, and I got tired of that. I get home and my wife says, "Man, you better go straight to the shower," because there's nothing worse than old grease, except for all
bacon grease. Not even good bacon grease, but old nasty bacon grease. Yeah, I used to do when I did the restaurants. I used to work at the Copper Beach up here, which is a big fancy uppity up restaurant. But one of the things I used to do, because no one else would do it, and they always would pay me extra, would clean. I used to go and clean all the grease traps above the stoves once a month. And they'd pay me a flat $100 to do it, which this was back in the 70s, late 80s, or late 80s, early 90s. $100 for it only takes a couple hours. It's just real dirty.
Yeah,
they
got companies
that was good money.
They got companies specifically doing that now. That's all they do. They go and they pull out all the grease traps.
Yep.
They switch them, so they take the dirt.
They bring them back to their warehouse and steam clean.
And they put them in these vats.
Yep.
And the heaters on there look like they're like the oil heater type, but they're gas. And they blast fire through these tubes that go in the water. So it heats the water up to steam point, to the point of it dumping a bunch of steam, boiling. And they put these chemicals in there and drop these things in there, man. When they come out of there, they're clean as a whistle.
Right before I left, when I broke my neck, because when I broke my neck was the last night I ever worked in a restaurant. I was leaving the restaurant. But that last like 6 months to a year, they had hired someone instead of having me do it, because I was just getting tired of doing it for one. And they were actually cheaper. It was like $60. They had this guy that would come in, and he had this big van, like kind of like the one you just bought, because you just bought one of those.
The box truck,
yeah, the Mercedes style. Oh no, you bought the actual utility body, huh?
Yeah.
He had one of the kind of like the Mercedes. You know what I'm talking about? The Freightliner Mercedes that everyone uses.
It's a large van. It's basically a large van.
Yeah, it's just real tall.
Yeah.
But He basically had like a ultrasonic cleaner in the back of it, and he'd take like 3 or 4 of the grease traps, drop them in there for 20 minutes, pop them out, garden hose them off, put them right back in. They were cleaner than I could ever get them doing it by hand. They were like brand new because the ultrasonic, like, you know, it was heated, and I'm sure Sprinter. There you go. You know, I'm sure there was chemicals and all kinds of crap. But he literally had like a water tank and everything on the bottom of it too. So when he'd take them out, he'd hit them with a garden hose right there in the freaking parking lot, and then put them right back in. And they literally looked brand spanking new when he got done with them. Where I used to do it, I used to take a big tub when they had me doing it. I had a big, you know, sink tub thing that I'd fill up with cleaners and oil degreasers and hot water, throw them in there, let them soak, stir it every once in a while. Then I just put them through the regular dishwasher 2 or 3 times, you know, the big industrial restaurant dishwasher, then put them back in. But they always had that kind of, they were cleaner, but they weren't clean, if that made sense.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It would leave like a film on there
this dude showed up
sticky sometimes, and you still couldn't get it off. It was the only way to get it off is either with that ultrasonic or putting them inside that vat with the boiling water.
Well, it's getting the water moving, I think, more than anything. But yeah, he showed up one day. It was like a Saturday. And he goes, you know, the usual sales pitch. Oh, you know, I want to do your grease traps, blah, blah, blah. I'm a private business, blah, 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 blah. And the owner of the company's like, you know, Tom does it. It's cheap. We pay him $100. He does it once a month. He goes, no, I'll tell you what, I'll do half your rack, because we had 3 racks with 3 ovens. So we actually had 6 ovens, but each rack did 2 ovens. And he said, I'll do one of your racks to show you the difference. We're like, all right. The hell, it's free. He's not going to charge us for it. He's like, I'm going to demo it for you. We're all like, okay, you know. So we kind of, you know, we're working, but we kind of went out with him. And he walks you through what he's doing and everything. He took the 3 filters and he threw it in there. They came out and we all looked at each other like, and then, you know, of course, we're waiting for him to say, yeah, I'm going to charge you $500 or $600 to do it, you know, once a month. And he said, yeah, you know, what do you normally get? You know, what are you paying your guy to do it? And they're like, you know, we don't want to tell him because we don't want him to just base it on that. He goes, well, I'll tell you what, I'll do it once a month for $75. We're like, sold.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, the I mean, just looking at it and touching them, they were like brand new. They looked gorgeous coming out of this thing. The only problem I ever saw was I don't know what that chemical he was soaking it in was. It didn't smell good.
Well, you got to use harsh stuff on that. But
yeah, it wasn't like acetone or anything, though. It wasn't that kind of. It smelled more like, you know, it smelled like a skunk. That's what it actually smelled like. It smelled skunky, not real bad. Like your dog got sprayed by a skunk, but that's, you know, that scent skunks have. Very identifiable as
if you think that's a nasty job, I'll tell you one that's even nastier is cleaning the actual ducts that go up to the roof.
Yeah, but that's not. We used to just send brushes down.
Oh no, they have companies that specialize in those things now. And, you know, they have to do them because if I've seen grease fires.
Oh yeah,
because of that. I've seen
grease fires because of just the grease traps not being cleaned properly.
Yep. Matter of fact, there's a chicken place near where my nephew lives now, where he moved to, and the whole chicken place burned down. And I was inquiring about it, and it turns out that they weren't cleaning their grease ducts and stuff.
Yeah,
because that's where the actual fire took place, was actually on the roof. So the whole thing can collapse.
I mean, not that some doesn't get through, but if you have good grease traps and you keep them clean, 90% of the grease will never get into the duct in the first place.
Well, if it's done right,
it's a good system. The old 50, 60, 70 systems weren't very good.
Mm-mm. No,
the newer ones like reclaim the air like 3 times through the freaking trap before it ever sends it up there. So. Not that you still don't. I mean, you still always get a little bit that goes up, but will build up over time.
Yep. You still get
Just
some.
burn a chimney sweep log in the ovens. Honestly, that would probably work. Except for it's not creosote you're trying to get rid of, other it's just grease.
Yeah, I'm waiting for one little part too to get here. I forgot to order, and I might have one somewhere, and I have to look for it. But the steel ball for the extruder for the
Oh, that's a Prusa thing.
yeah. So I'm looking for. I ordered one, and I just got the notification today that Prusa shipped, but it won't get here till next Monday. So I'm going to finish everything else, but I'll still have to do the Bontek, which is what I'm putting on there. I should have ordered the whole Bontek altogether, but I forgot. I just ordered the Bontek by itself without the gears and without the ball and stuff. So
yeah,
got to do it. Got to do it.
Gotta do it. Now I gotta remember how to tie the freaking phone back into the Mac.
It should be easy.
I used to have, I shouldn't say this, but I got pissed off one time because I forgot my Apple logo lines. You know, the one thing about the auto sign-in thing is you forget your password.
Yeah.
And back when Apple first started doing the Apple ID, tie your phone to the iPad, you used to have a separate password from your Apple password for the tie-in of all your Apple stuff to all the. It was just another password I could never remember because you never used it. You did it one time, you signed everything into it, and so they make it like go through these whole big steps. And the last time I did it, I did "fuck you, Apple bullshit, you suck" was my password.
Yeah, Robbie, back. I don't think that would work.
It was good, but it's still on here. It's still a password I got on here. But now I got to figure out how to tie this computer into it. Start from conversation.
It should be pretty easy because you have an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
Tom's Mac Mini Mac.
Prusa's live in 30 minutes.
It's not that it's hard to do, it's hard to find. Here's the problem with the Apple iPhone and all their E's, not that you can see it, but there's like 8 billion settings.
Yeah, and I went through.
It's the same with the Droid. The Droid has all this too.
When I got my new phone, I put everything. I went through one of those videos that show you how to optimize your phone so the battery will last. I can go 3 days with this phone without charging it now, where before I could only go 1 day, if that.
Oh, I'm gonna have to restart the computer, I think, for it to lock in.
I think it should just come up because when I got my new iPad and when I put the iPad next to the other iPad, it just asked me. It knew it was there, and it knew.
Yeah, see, I have iCloud turned off. That's tied into the iCloud thing, and I don't want the cloud thing. I should just, you know what? I may just turn it on right now.
Turn it on, and I bet you it'll.
Yeah, I usually turn it on for like 10 minutes and then turn it to hell back off again.
Be back in a second. Keep talking. I can hear you.
Yeah. Where's my iCloud crap? Desktop, general, family sharing. I don't care about any of that. Where the hell's this stupid iCloud crap? Software update, network, Bluetooth, sound. There used to be like an iCloud thing. I got to try the sidecar. That was one of the reasons I wanted this, because this iPad is just new enough. It's still old, but it's just new enough to do the sidecar. And sidecar allows you to plug you have to plug it in. It has to be wired, but you can use your iPad as a second screen / controller / tablet. Like if you get the iPencil, you can draw just like I do with the Wacom, which is why I wasn't too worried about the Wacom not working. I was going to just use this but they'd still say the Wacom's better, but it would have worked.
I have a Wacom tablet. I have my
I love my Wacom tablet. I use it all the time. Problem is it's freaking old.
My MacBook Pro
setting.
Haven't used it in a while. Should get back to using it. I probably forgot how to use the damn MacBook Pro. I wasn't that good to begin with. Maybe I'll give it to my niece.
You got a MacBook Pro?
Yeah, which I don't. I hardly use it anymore.
Oh, I can delete all these now. Stocks. I don't want. Delete from my Mac. News. Delete from my Mac. No way.
What's it telling you?
Well, I don't know if you watched the beginning. I was bitching because you can't delete like the Apple specific applications they put on your, Windows does it too. They put a whole bunch of apps you don't want on there.
Yeah.
That they get money for or whatever. Well, Apple has their news and their just all their crap that I don't want.
All that off.
That's just it. Apple won't let you take it off. You
No,
can't
you
even
can't get rid of
it. Drives me nuts.
Activate it.
No, they're just little applications. They're little news apps and stock apps, and I just don't want them. I don't need them. I don't care about them. And it's not that they bother me in the sense of being there. The only thing that bothers me is like when I click on my application folder to go find an application, it's just more crap I have to scroll through to get what I want. And there's no need for it to be there. If I had stocks and I was worried about stocks, great. But I don't, so let me get rid of it. Don't make it part of my operating system. That is one thing that really ticks me off with Apple. But it looks like I can actually go into the control panel and delete them, which is kind of nice. Although it said delete them and it didn't delete them, it just deleted them off my iCloud. How much hard drive space am I using? So right now, with the system and everything back on here, wow, I'm only using 39 gig. And it's actually not using 39, it's 38 and change. It's fully running. I believe I got everything installed. There's a couple of outside apps that I had that I'm not too worried about. Oh, Fusion. That's what I need to get.
Fusion. Oh, yeah.
I don't need no exclusive video. I just want to get the app. This is the other thing. Fusion's gotten like a pain to get to the actual app. Where is it? It does this get starting or subscribe, but it won't let you just download the app. And then you go free trial, and you say, okay, but then it just keeps going back to the main link. No thanks. I want the personal hobby use one, which I know is a different app now. I don't care about the plans. Just let me download it. Hobbyists can download Fusion 360 for personal use here by signing in or creating an Autodesk account. I have an account. I'm already signed in.
Did you know that starting with the iPhone 12, if somebody steals it, it is absolutely no good to anybody because you cannot change parts now.
Yeah,
they won't work.
Actually, I can do that to this. I can lock this. Here's the problem: if you lock the phone, so if someone steals it, you can call Apple and say, "Shut my phone down," and it'll never ever work again. It'll never ever work again. So if someone didn't steal it and you just put it in your whatever and forgot where you put it, it'll brick it.
Well,
two, if you forget that password,
oh yeah,
it bricks itself.
You're done. Yeah,
you're out the phone, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
But here's the thing, that they were stealing them, and even though they couldn't use them, what they were doing is taking them apart and using them for parts.
Yeah,
you can't do that anymore. No, they can't. Every part is coded now. So if you try and use one part in another phone, it won't work.
Yeah, that's not really true because you can't use it in another Apple product.
Right.
People don't realize is a lot of these parts are interchangeable with droids. The cameras, the
I don't know
freaking
about that.
hard drives, the RAM chips, they're all interchangeable. They're all the same thing. Apple didn't design the camera. They just installed it on their phone. They didn't design the RAM chip. They just installed it on their phone. The only thing proprietary Apple on an iPhone is the actual M12 chip, which is the same thing as the computer I just bought. That computer is a freaking iPad. It is. It's the same processor. I mean, it's not. It's been upgraded and they've done stuff and made it more powerful. But that's the new iMac and the new Power Mac and all the brand new M1 Macs are based on the RISC processor the A12 is. That's what this is, an A10. It's not an A12. I think it's an A10 or an A11. New ones are A12s. But that's what it's based on, the same processor. It looks like an iPad now.
When they stole my iPad and I had it remotely deleted, and somebody tried to reactivate it. So I got a notification right away. Hey, are you trying to reactivate your iPad? And I said, nope, it was stolen. And so they took care of it.
Yeah, they just brick it.
They won't activate it. They just won't. You just can't use it.
Well, from what I understand, they can actually, the way Apple did the RAM chip, they can actually burn up the RAM chip. In other words, they can send a signal to it, so the actual RAM chip will disintegrate itself. I mean, it doesn't physically burn up, but it does. So it snaps something inside of it, so it's literally never ever usable again.
Well, it sent me the actual location of where it was attempted to be activated and everything. I sent all admin information to the detective, to the MPD, the police report.
They don't
Sent it all to them. Say, here's the last location they tried to activate it.
How do I get Fusion now? They just run you around in a circle where you can't actually get it.
You can't get it?
Well, you just got to find where to actually download it. They keep going around and around and around. They never give you a spot to hit download app. Just keep going, compare Fusion plans, get started. If I go get started, it just goes back to the beginning where I started from. There's no download the freaking app.
There's something you're not seeing.
Yeah, you got to sign into their thing now. That's Autodesk. And now it's going to send a freaking thing to my phone. Okay, did that come up on this too? Nope. So this is not linked yet.
Was that you?
Oh, there it is. It did link it. Sweetness. Copy.
See?
Paste.
I told you.
Okay, it didn't. It's not the same.
Oops.
I think it. I think I copied something that didn't belong there. I did. Okay, now where do I get it? It just ran me around in circles, and it still says, "Would you like to get for personal use?" But where do I download it? Fusion 360, formerly known as Fusion, is free. Download. Use here. There's no here. Where? It literally says download Fusion 360 for personal use here, but there's no here. There's no place to get it. There it is. I found it. It was just buried. Well, you know what I mean? They do that loopy thing where they keep trying to get you to pay for it. You know what I mean? They keep sending you a loop of web pages where they don't want you to frickin' download it.
Ouch. 278 waiting for Prusa.
Prusa what? Oh, the Prusa live soon, huh?
Yeah.
In like 15 minutes.
Yep.
Cool. That's perfect timing because I'm about done with this. This is all, I don't know about you people, but doing this kind of stuff, Mac or PC, I don't care. Phones, iPads, after a while of installing software and waiting and trying to figure out how to do it, I start going, and I need to just walk away before I take the brand new computer and I throw it out the window. Which I gotta say, for one, they're both about the same. Mac or PC, the initial setup, linking everything, getting it all set up again has always been a pain in the ass. I don't care what computer operator operation OS you're using. It's always an obnoxious all day install, move stuff around, figure out what you want. Oh crap, I deleted this day of just nightmares. That was really fast. I literally, if I hadn't been streaming, it would have been less than an hour. Fully set up and running, which almost never happens.
When I got my new iPad, just put it next to the other one. It just said, "Hey, do you want to clone? You want to clone the iPad?" And I said, "Yep." And
that's because you have iCloud turned on, which I hate. Yeah. But like you say, that's one advantage of the iCloud is it just links everything automatically. If it's everything up, yeah. Once you set it up and say, "Yeah, this is me," you set it next. You literally take it and go. And within like 30 seconds, it goes, "Yeah, okay, cool. Do you want to link this up?"
Yep. That's nice because before you used to have to go to your iCloud and get it set up, download the backup, blah, 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 go through some changes. Yeah. Not anymore.
It's nice except for, think about it. It's all done through Apple.
Yeah.
It's not linking that phone to you. It's linking that phone to Apple back to that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's why I pay for iCloud storage so that.
I mean, Apple's pretty secure, but nothing's perfect.
Nothing is perfect.
Nothing's perfect. And if some hacker got into Apple, hacked Apple's database, like half the world would be screwed.
Hey, look, if the FBI couldn't get into that terrorist phone, I don't know, man.
Who, Trump's?
No, you remember when they had that guy terrorist out in California, I think it was, or something, and they wanted to get into his phone, and Apple said, "Nope, we're not helping you." I mean, I'm sure they have a way to get in, but I think they had used 7 passwords or 8 passwords, and they only had like 2 left to try, and they didn't want.
Here's the thing: I'm all for restricting their access to like gear and my phones and everything. But if the FBI goes to Apple or Google or whatever, and they say, "Look, this dude is a known terrorist," or he's a suspected terrorist, even give us access to this phone. I'm kind of like give them access to the damn phone.
Yeah, I don't see why not, but
I think there needs to be legal. Go get a judge, go get a warrant, go get the whole thing. But if there's enough evidence, not just, "Hey, I think Sergio's a freaking terrorist. Give me access to his phone." No.
Yeah,
there needs to be some evidence behind it.
Exactly. And I think they did have plenty of. Well, the guy, what was it he did? He blew something up or something.
Yeah.
Killed himself.
Yep.
Oh, he went into the place of work, I think, and started shooting everybody.
Oh, that's that one that was like this summer.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that. No, I'm not talking about this summer. I'm talking about maybe a year ago, a little more.
Yeah, the guy in the Budweiser.
I don't remember.
He was in the Budweiser brewery, factory, packing place, whatever.
I don't remember exactly, but yeah, it was some big deal, and they were trying to get them to unlock it.
And here's the thing: within reason, with enough evidence and enough, I think they should grant that. They should have the ability to give them access to that. There's a point, and I don't know legally how to go about it. I'm not the one to say it, but there needs to be some kind of legal recourse where they can give them access to it. Or here's the other option: say the FBI goes to Apple and says, "Hey, can you access this?" Have some private person, or not private, but you know what I mean, somebody else besides the FBI go in and investigate this. And if you find content that is, terrorist activity or whatever, then please turn it over to us.
Yeah, I can see that.
We're looking for this, and this. Please go in and look and see if it's there. If it's not, have a nice day. If it is, give us the damn phone.
I can agree with that. Let somebody who works for Apple check it. Somebody trained.
Well, somebody in I don't know. Again, you're getting to the same point where it could be some Joe Schmo who goes, "I got access to your phones now." You know what I mean? So there is that, because then you're giving Apple access to your phones whenever the frick they want. So there's some. I don't know the exact answer, but there needs to be some way
for them to get what they need. Yeah. And that's
if it comes down to a national security /
that's what I'm saying. If it has to do with national security, why not?
Or public safety, even just general public safety.
You never know. Look at the Twin Towers. I mean, hey.
Okay, it's popping up my.
See also Patriot Act.
Yeah, well, the Patriot Act does, but it doesn't actually cover it fully.
Yeah,
it does.
And I understand, like what Robbie Mack. Okay, the suspected. No, I'm not talking about somebody suspected. I'm talking about somebody actually did something.
Well, you need the suspecting too, because you need to prevent issues in the future.
Yeah, but
But again, there needs to be not just he's carrying a backpack that looks suspicious. He's suspected. No, there needs to be evidence.
Exactly. There needs to be evidence, and not just suspected. There needs to be actual evidence. I agree with that, because too many people, too many innocent people have been, put through the ringer because of crap like that. Somebody didn't like him and, sent an anonymous message, hey, this guy's a terrorist or something. Yep. Look at that YouTuber. There's a YouTuber who does computers. He fixes computers and stuff, and they swatted him. They actually had him swatted while he was live. Hey, people do crazy shit.
But here's the thing about that. Okay, the SWAT shows up. The dude's streaming live. You walk in, the SWAT needs to go, okay, we just got you. And then, no, they need to go in and look around and go, okay, this guy's really not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, but the fact that somebody
investigate him, let's not take him to jail right here and now.
No, they didn't take him to jail or anything. But I mean, it's the last thing you want is somebody come break it down your door and come inside with guns.
No, yeah. Oh, I agree. Okay, so Fusion's up and running again. Looks kind of different, but it's mostly the same.
Looks kind of different?
Yeah, well, it's got all the new... Apple has gone iPad. All their little icons look exactly the same as the iPad, which, I don't know. I kind of like my Mac being a Mac and my iPad being an iPad, but whatever. Yeah. That's... If all they do is change the icons and make them look a little more gumdroppy, I'm gonna kind of get over it. That's not the worst thing in the world that's gonna bother me.
Robbie,
anyway, I'm gonna go get something to drink and then watch what is it? Pruja.
Oh yeah,
Pruja Lodge today, right?
Yeah, in about 10 minutes less. Let me see.
Donut operator. I like that, Robbie Mac. Donut operator. I don't want my donut operator.
The one thing it took a little while for me to get used to with the new iPad. I have the other iPad in the other room, is not having that button anymore.
Yeah, that drives me nuts. This one, that's why I haven't replaced this. Someone actually offered me a newer one. It was used, but it's newer than this one. And it doesn't have that button. No, I like my damn home button.
But here's the thing, on like my phone,
I still want the home button
anymore either, right?
I want my home button.
There isn't a home button on there
anymore. I know it uses Face ID.
But you can put the home button. Check it out. Where is it? There it is. So
Yeah, you make a
here's
setting.
my home button now. See the home button over there now?
Yeah.
It's virtual.
Which is no good when you first start it up when you're using virtual ID.
No, yeah, right. You have to put it in there.
They've already proven how easy it is to bypass. The Face ID is like you take an inkjet printer, you freaking take a picture of somebody, you take an inkjet printer that's a fairly high resolution, not just like your regular homeowner inkjet printer, but you could like print out somebody's face and hold it in front of the camera and it'll think it's them and unlock the phone.
I don't think so. I don't think you can do that
People
anymore.
have been doing it. It can't be done with a standard homeowner grade one. It's got to be, a $10,000 industrial quality, high end, super high dot matrix, blah blah blah. But it can be done rather easily. You can actually take a standard photo. It's got a high enough resolution where it's just going to be a higher resolution than the camera is.
Poor Herman says he misses his home button. I do too. It made things a lot easier.
I like the home button. They're going to bring it. There is a lot of people bitching about not having a home button. I guarantee you they'll be bringing it back. Probably 80% of the people want the home button back. Even if it is virtual, it doesn't need to be a mechanical spot. Even if it's virtual in that same spot, not moving around where you got to find it. So you can start it up and use it from there.
You mean, to have it on auto. You can always add it, but yeah. I hear you.
But it floats around, and again, you can't start it from there. Like, my phone's off. I start it by pushing the home button. You can't do that.
I see Chris Rowley put out part 4 of his fix-up. Green Tech.
Yeah, I wanted to make fun of him, but I haven't figured out. It was too long. It's like an hour.
49 minutes.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
I've been scanning through it. It's like nothing new.
Prusa Mint. No, the sneak peek at the new Prusa Mint. That's some new Prusa Mint.
Yeah, he's got a couple new colors. He's been hitting in that. I think he's doing a new polycarbonate, I heard, too. Not just PETG and PLA.
I ordered that new the blue carbon fiber PETG, dark blue. I want to see how it looks.
It looks like blue polycarbonate.
Well, it's dark. It's a dark blue. Well, I guess because of
it is a nice color. That's what Cocky was pushing. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna kill it because I'm gonna go. I actually gotta go to the bathroom and get something to drink and then watch Prusa Live. So thanks for stopping in. And
hey, everybody, have a nice day. Enjoy.
See you. Go watch Prusa Live.
Watch Prusa. See you on Prusa.
Yeah. Just get some orange. Later,
guy.